Chloe's 18 and has been through the care system. She grew up in Greenwich, where over 400 children are currently in care, and at least 200 new homes are needed this year for them.
It wasn't as good as being away from my family, but I got used to it fairly quickly because it was still close to my school, my family.
She says she has a great relationship with her foster mum.
When the permanency letter came in, I was that relieved. I cried of tears of happiness because it's like I felt like I finally belonged somewhere. I'd really had a good connection with her and her family as well, because the whole family in itself didn't make me feel like an outlier. They really tried their best to make me feel a part of the family, where it's like going on holidays with them and getting all these new experiences that I hadn't had in the past.
According to Ofsted, there were 5,085 foster households in the capital last year, but the fostering network say they estimate another 780 carers need to be recruited in the next year to make sure that all foster children can be homed locally.
We have a crisis in Greenwich when it comes to recruiting foster carers.
Greenwich Council says people leaving London during the pandemic, the cost of living crisis and a housing shortage, so a lack of spare rooms, have contributed to fewer foster carer applications.
When we do bring them into care, what we want is to try and keep them as local as possible to their family and to their school, to their support networks. And if children are moved far away from their familiar environment, it does impact their mental health and emotional well-being. We want local people for our local children.
They want people to open up their homes and hearts, like Roger and Pat, who have fostered around 33 children in 20 years.
We're supposed to have them for short term, but it can go up to 1-2 years. Just depends on the situation with the birth parents.
I imagine the hardest bit of it is having to give the child back.
Absolutely. It still makes the job worthwhile, but it is heart-wrenching.
But he says it's all worth it.
In my years, I've done quite a few different jobs, and nothing is as fulfilling as being a carer.
Chloe and Roger and Pat have had positive experiences, and those involved in foster care fortnight to help London's children hope it will be for others too. Anila Dami, ITV News.